Welcome to the Ambitious Coach Podcast. This is a place where driven, determined coaches learn how to get off the business growth struggle bus and learn how to build a wildly profitable online coaching business. I'm your host, Allison Henderson, corporate dropout to six-figure social media business coach. I'm going to show you how I've been able to create the business of my dreams organically, all through utilizing my social media platforms. So pull up a seat, take some notes, and get ready to see your life and bank account transform.
Hello, and welcome back to the Ambitious Coach Podcast. Today is Allison's monthly review. So I'll be going back over my December, and I'll also be telling you some things I'm looking forward to in January. And let's be real, this is January. So the first Monday in January, I'm recording this. So I'll also be kind of giving you a little New Year pep talk. I guess I just want to start with Happy New Year. Oh my gosh, the holidays just kind of ended and you might still be in this holiday funk. It was really hard. I'm going to be honest, guys. It was hard for me to get this podcast opened up and ready and just hit the record button. If you're kind of new to my world, this is unedited, unscripted. It's just me chit-chatting with you, sharing you about my month. And obviously now, because it's the new year, I'll be talking more about what's happening in the new year. So yeah, you might be like me though, where it was just hard to get to work today. A lot of you might be off and stuff too. If you have an actual day job, or your husband has a day job, whatever, your partner, it might have been kind of still a holiday for you. Totally fine. My kids are home until I think Thursday. I'm just tired, and I think I want to get back into routine, if that makes sense. And I'm sure you guys might be feeling that too. So yeah, I kind of made this decision to start coming back on social media today. If you haven't noticed, I was super MIA for the past almost 2 weeks. I just was you know what? I'm taking some time off. I have been super consistent on social media for the past, I don't know how many years. And it's been a while since I've actually just deleted the app. A lot of times I do take off on the weekends, but actually deleted the app, didn't check it for days. I did re-download it. I don't know what day it was, but it was literally just to check in on some client stuff. But I really didn't do anything. I didn't engage with really anybody. It wasn't I was hustling on social media by any means. And it was nice. And if you haven't done that before, or you're scared to do that, check in with that. Why? I know I had these fears of what if people forget about me, or I'm not going to get any clients, or I'm going to be, putting myself out of momentum when I want to be in momentum. Yeah, there's all those things. Duh, right? That can happen. But the likelihood of you your business getting destroyed by you taking a weekend off or a week off is very unlikely. And I'm all about practicing what you preach. So if you do preach relaxation and less stress in your life, or whatever that is, then yeah, it's okay to sit there and tell your audience, hey, I'm going to be off this week or whatever. So yeah, no one's going to forget about you because they're already likely very busy, and they don't think about you 24/7 anyway. So I would hope that you guys do, but you guys likely don't think about me all day, every day. So it's totally fine to take breaks. Okay. Take ya breaks. Yeah. So this, I don't want to say it this week particularly, because it's so weird. You literally can't wait to feel getting back to work, or you can't wait until you're just oh yeah, now I have energy, I'm going to do it. No, ready is a decision that you make. Okay. So putting yourself back in momentum is a decision that you make. So you can't wait to feel ready. Okay. But then I'm going to, I guess, kind of go into this New Year pep talk for you. It's when you really think about your higher self, your most successful self, whatever you want to call it, what does she do differently than what you do right now? She likely has different habits, different routines, different actions that she takes every single day, right? Embodiment is probably my word. If when they used to do that, I think it was 2 years ago, someone's what's your word of the year? If I could actually think of my word this year, it's probably embodiment. I want to embody the coach that I do see as myself, as this higher self coach. I need to embody that every single day. All right. So, and this doesn't happen overnight, y'all. Okay. This is taking slow actions, every single day. It's so what new habits do I need to start making habitual, right? Like, how does my higher self wake up every morning? What does she do, for her breakfast? What does she do in the afternoons? What is she doing, like with her clients? What is she doing before she goes to bed? Like, I don't know, like when I really think about that, like my higher self is way more chill than I am, like super chill. So like, why am I not being so chill now? Like when I really reflect on some stuff like that, like why do I get into a stress cycle or any of those sort of things? Like, when things trigger me, do I have a plan to kind of work through that trigger, So who do you actually see for yourself? And how can you create new habits, new routines, new actions, whatever it is? Like, what does your higher self do differently? Okay, what does she do differently? And really think about that. And I also want you to be in complete and utter gratitude for how far you have come already. Even if you just started your business yesterday, hooray, you started a flipping business this year. Like, amazing. A lot of people will never even take that step. Just so you know, a lot of people will never do what you're doing right now. So give yourself a flipping pat on the back, man. Like, you've come so far. And this is the thing, like, and this is the one thing I feel like it has completely been like weighing me down for the past couple years, is like putting so much pressure on myself. Like, God, like I feel like this past year has been really hard for me. And like mentally, like the mindset component, I feel like the universe threw a ton of stuff at me, and it was really, and I know it's happening for me so I can help you guys better. I can be a better business owner, a better person, a better all things around. Like, I know that this is happening like for me. It's not happening to me, it's happening for me. And I'm a firm believer in that like there's always a positive in all these negative situations that I've been put in, right? In this past year, like, especially because I've been wanting to really level up, right? Energetically and financially and just everything. And it's like, well, wait, there's still some things that you need to deal with so that you can help other people be better business owners too. And so I had to go through that stuff too, like the negative, the things that you're just like, I hope that never happens to you. Well, it does. It can. And I've done it. I've done it now. I'm hoping that like the universe is kind of like, you're cool now. You're cool. But this is the thing, like we have so many emotions tied to our business. And I knew I needed to emotionally mature in a lot of areas. So yeah, so here I am. I'm here to tell you you're going to be okay. You're going to live through it. And a lot of the stuff that you're going to go through as a business owner is not because it's telling you not to be a business owner. It's literally just like, hey, you need to learn these things to thrive in your business, right? So really think about who you want to embody, what kind of energy needs to be embodied for you to be that person that you see for yourself. And this is the thing, like, let's talk about energy for a second here. Like, a lot of the reasons why people don't succeed is because they're just lacking some sort of energy, right? It's not that they don't know what they're doing. It's just like they're not energetically, they don't feel good. And like, so what's really stopping you from feeling good? And I think that's one of the biggest things. It's like, are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating well? Are you moving your body? Like, how are your relationships? Like, what's going on mentally in your head that is like stopping you from being your most successful self? And like I said, a lot of it's, I hate to say it, but it's like totally our fault. Like why we don't feel well a lot of the times. Sometimes it's not, but like I said, like chronic pain, that's something completely like we have out of, like some of it's out of our control. But like, hey, like, eating better meals, just drinking a lot of water, less caffeine. There's a lot of things that we could be doing to feel better. Okay. And what was I going to say? There was something that I was going to riff off of there, but like, I think I was just thinking about, so I read a ton of books. And so I literally I told my husband yesterday, because I was finishing a book. I literally will read a book in like 24 hours. Like I will start it maybe I'll start it right before I go to bed, and then I'll finish it that night before I go to bed or something, or like whatever. So, but sometimes I stay up until like 1, 2, like 3 o'clock in the morning. And like, I just will read until like I finish the book, or like I just started the book and I'm like, oh, this is such a good book. I'm going to keep reading until like, I don't know, I just feel like I want to stop. And I'll do this during the week. It's not even just like a weekend thing. And I told myself, I'm like, before I go to bed at night, I'm not going to do this anymore. Like I do read for joy. Like I find so much pleasure in like sitting on the couch and just reading, or when I'm like eating lunch by myself, instead of like watching TV, I'll just read a book, right? I find so much joy and relaxation in that. But like I read like sometimes I'll read like 5 books in a week because I'll just read them every day. I'll just continue on with the book series or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I can't do that this year. Like I can't do that. I notice I'm like, oh, if I want to numb out, that's what I do. And I'm like, this is not the solution to my business problems of just like continuing to read books. But I just love it. I love reading. It is, like I said, it brings me so much joy. But like when I had to audit my day, so instead of me watching a ton of Netflix, which I just don't do, I don't watch a ton of TV. Like I do watch some TV shows, don't get me wrong, but like when I like audited my day, I'm like, wow, there's been like days where like I spend hours reading instead of doing things that I probably need to be doing for my business stuff to build my business, like build my audience and, get on people's podcasts, like stuff like that, where I'm like, I could be doing these things. But like, honestly, when I think back to like my goals of the year, at the beginning of the year, it was very much like clients, like money. Cause like, that's a lot of what I do and what I teach. But like towards this end of the year, like, I did hire a coach that had helped me through some of the mindset stuff. And it was like, no, I just need to really focus on like my mental health, my happiness, like not necessarily chasing like a certain dollar amount or whatever. I had a great year, so I can't even complain about the money or anything like that. Like, I hope next year is going to be like double of what I made this year. Duh, right? We all want that. But like, yeah, a lot of it, like my mental stuff, I'm like, I was just like numbing out, and a lot of my numbing out was from reading. So I told myself this year, like that's one of the habits that I'm kind of going to break. I will still read, y'all, but like it's just not going to be like as extensive as it was. So yeah, I just know like there's like I'm also always like looking at myself and wanting to improve. No coach is perfect. No coach is perfect. I am imperfectly perfect, whatever the word is. And I know I have a lot of work to do still. And yeah, and I'm learning from every client, from every experience, every social media post. Like I'm still learning, okay? But anyway, kind of like going back into my month a little bit, like that was kind of like, I don't even know if that was really a pep talk, y'all. Like I was just like, yeah, I don't know. That was kind of my pep talk I guess I wanted to give you is, girl, you can chase your dreams, chase your goals, but I also want you being happy while you're doing it, being present, being intentional with your time. I think that's really what I want to come down to is be intentional with your time. And if you want to make new habits, do that for yourself, but it's going to take effort and it might be uncomfortable. Okay. So nothing is ever going to be just completely and utterly enjoyable at all times. Like business is not always like that. So just know that like a lot of the things that to get to that level of whatever it is, wealth, success, whatever you want to look at it, it's going to be uncomfortable and that's okay. And it's okay. And you're going to be fine. It's all happening once again. It's happening for you, not to you, right? So this year, whatever it is that your goal that you're trying to reach, whether that be just how you want to feel or like money, whatever, I really want you focusing on how you want to feel instead of the money thing. Okay. So if you want to feel inner peace, if you want to feel security, relaxation, happiness, whatever that is, focus on what are current things that already do make you feel that way. Okay. And yes, continue every day to strive for that success because that's what you want. And at the end of the day, like you deserve that. You deserve that. You can have, it's almost like you can have the best of both worlds. I want you to really realize that and know that. Okay. All right. So let's talk. I don't know. What are some things that happened to me this month? So my daughter's birthday is on Christmas Eve. And I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, we had a place here. It's demolished now. Like it doesn't exist, which is so sad in my childhood eyes here. But like I took my daughter to a hotel party. Okay. She's, hold on. This is like kind of, maybe that sounded bad. How about this? When I was a kid, we had a hotel down the street and next to it was like a big theater. Okay. So like there was always, this place was always packed. They had 2 big pools and like a bunch of jacuzzis. It was like so fun going there as a kid. Like we would just like meet random strangers. Like it was fun. It was so fun. Like I guess I'm just throwing that out there. So for my daughter's birthday was on Christmas Eve and I always feel really guilty because she always gets kind of like, it's not like her day, unfortunately. So I was like, okay, let's have like a hotel party. So down the street, it's like 8 minutes from here. There's a brand new hotel that was built. And so I was like, let's just go there. They have a brand new pool. The pool was so nice. So she invited she calls them her squad of friends, which is just like her neighborhood kids that she hangs out with all summer and all year long pretty much. And, we did a hotel party, and they had so much fun. Like, it was just the kids like swimming and, you know, whatever, for like 2 hours. And then they all went home and stuff. And so my daughter and I just stayed there alone for the night. And it was just so nice. My youngest one, love her to death, of course, right? Of course. But she wasn't invited to stay the night with us. We just kind of wanted to have the two of us. And yeah, we just, I don't know, watched TV. We just ate junk food, got hot chocolates, that sort of stuff, and just hung out there that night. And yeah, so I highly recommend you do that if like one of your kids is kind of gets gypped out on their birthday, or not. Maybe this is just what they do for their birthday, is like, hey, let's just get out of the house. Let's do something a little bit different, and you can go swimming. Obviously it's winter here in Indiana, so it was nice that they can all go swimming and do something a little bit different and get out of the house. And yeah, like the thing is, like with that week of Christmas, it is a little chaotic for us because it is her birthday. So I have to like also have her birthday party for like the two sides of my, like two sides of our family, right? So they're just so big. Like both of my sides are so big. There's like, I think 13 grandchildren on my husband's side. And that doesn't include like all of the aunts and uncles and stuff. And then my side of the family, like my mom is like one of 5 kids. So like we have tons of I have tons of cousins. So therefore my kids have a ton of extra cousins because of that too. So I think they call them like what, second cousins? Are they second cousins? I'm not sure. So there's just a lot of kids. And yeah, we have just a lot going on that week. And, you know, as a mom too, I have to prepare for all of the Christmas festivities inside the house, let alone even birthday party stuff. So it was just one of those weeks for me where, I just tried my best. I tried my best. How about that? I just tried my best as a mom. It wasn't perfect by any means, but my kids were happy, and my oldest daughter for her birthday was happy. And that's all that really matters, right? She got a ton of stuff for her bedroom. So we just kind of been decorating. She wanted decorations, she said, for her room. So she got a lot of that stuff for her birthday and for Christmas. So it was a really great end of the year. But this mom is pretty tired. I'm tired. I'm not going to lie. Even last night, like my kids have been going to bed later. So you're just like, oh, like everybody's going to bed later. And yeah, I'm just ready to really just kind of have a routine back. So they'll be going back to school this week, and it'll be nice. I hope, right? I hope, please. But yeah, I know I really want to be focusing on my energy this week and next week. And I think my husband and I are going to do a cleanse. We've done them in years past and we loved them. So I think we're going to do one of those starting early, maybe end of this week, early next week. But yeah, just kind of get ourselves back into that energy of moving our body, eating better, eliminating sugar and alcohol, all that sort of fun stuff. I know for the new year, like New Year's Eve, yeah, just even just with casually drinking, I was like, I woke up the next morning being like, ugh, why did I do that? Like, ew, like it ruins my energy. And like, I am naturally, I hate to say this. Oh my God, I feel so corny saying this, but I'm like naturally high on life. Like I honestly feel that way. Like I don't need alcohol to have fun. I don't need alcohol to like, even for liquid courage. Like I'm pretty confident in myself. Like I don't need any of that. You know what I mean? And some people do. But that's just like one thing. Like I'm just so I'm not like trying to like hate on alcohol by any means. Like it has its moments, but like it's just not something I need anymore. I just don't. So I'm like I said, I'm looking forward to this cleanse, kind of getting a full I don't know, just like a full reset. And yeah, not saying I'm giving up alcohol, but it's just one of those things where it's just not something I need to have fun or need for relaxation, if that makes sense. So anywho, I don't even know what else to talk to you guys about today, but like this year, 2023, I really want to take a few really nice vacations. My husband and I really need to go somewhere alone without the kiddos. It might just be like a Mexico thing, but we need to go somewhere warm where we don't have anybody screaming our names for like, a week, like 4 days, please, like 4 days. And then yes, maybe some house projects too. We have like we moved into our house, I think like 4 or 5 years ago. And like we did a ton of things when we first moved in, but then we got so burnt out. And now I'm just like, hey, remember that like paint job we were going to do, or like that new floor we were going to put in that bathroom? Like it was just like, we just put off. And so I think now it's like, okay, we got some stuff paid off. I think it's just time now to start focusing back on the house things that we really wanted to take care of, like, years ago. And yeah, like, and I don't know if you guys do this. Oh my God, my husband's so cute. I forgot to tell you guys this. I think it was like 2 or 3 days ago. Both the kids were out of the house for some reason. I forget what they were doing, but like I walked downstairs from my office or like from our bedroom area, and he has a whiteboard and like he's in our kitchen, like waiting for me to come downstairs. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I thought we would like kind of game plan our year. Like, what do you want to do? Like, and I was like, oh yeah, this is fun. Like, it was really sweet. It was pretty much just like, it wasn't even for my business stuff. It was just like, what do we want to do? And he wants to do some stuff for like his business and his life. And like, we were just kind of like talking about that, and him and his buddies, they play golf all the time. And I think starting this week, they might do their own podcast. So I'll keep you updated on that. But, yeah, just like stuff like that. We were just like talking like, what do you want to do this year? Like, how do you want to feel? Like, what are some big goals that you want to accomplish? And he's just not that sort of person. So it was kind of nice that he was like, let's do this. I got the whiteboard out. And he got another one, like a little one out that he put like random stuff too. It was just kind of funny. But if you guys don't do that with your spouse, I highly recommend it. Even if you just put like an hour aside once a month to just reconnect and go, how are your goals coming along? Like, what do you want to actually do? Like, what would make you happy right now? I always recommend stuff like that, guys. Like your spouse, if you don't have a partner, it's nice to have like an accountability person that you check in with, whether that be once a week, once a month, whatever, just to be like, how are things going? How are your goals? Like, what are you working on? Like where are you at mentally? Like, what are some mindset stuff that's stopping you? You know what I mean? Like, it's nice to have somebody that you can do that with. So whether that be your spouse or not, but even if, even with the spouse stuff, like, just talking about like life goals, right? Like, how are you feeling about a relationship? Like, what are some things you want to improve on? Like, it is so important to be doing that sort of stuff. But yeah. All right, everybody. I think that is all I have for you today. If you are looking to build your business in 2023 and you're looking for a strategy to find and sign clients on social media, in the show notes, I have an application for you to work with me. It explains my payment options and our next steps. So I look forward to a prosperous and healthy and happy 2023. And I look forward to working with you this year. So I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for listening to the Ambitious Coach podcast today. A couple favors before you go. If you found this episode helpful, please take a screenshot and share it on Instagram. Most importantly, don't forget to tag me at Allison Henderson _coach. That's ALLISON Henderson _coach. And lastly, please take a minute to rate this episode and leave a raving review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you tune in to listen. Okay, ambition is great, but it's time to get to work. Take action and commit to being 1% better every day. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you again next week.